Sure.
Good evening, everybody. Uh, uh, Apologies, there was a small delay in live streaming. So, uh, good evening, everybody. So, welcome to the today's satsang. So, we will be starting our satsang now. So, the first question is Jagdish Uncle's question. The question is, what is the difference between ajnana, ignorance, and ahankara, which is translated into English as ego, pride, or arrogance? If it is intense. So, for this question, I would like everybody to uh, discuss about your thoughts or share your answers, share your thoughts. So, everybody has access to unmute yourself. So, you can either unmute yourself, or if you want to put your answers in the chat box, that is also okay. But everybody has access to unmute yourself.
Navya,
Yes, Uncle.
please read about why I am discussing this.
Yes,
You have that,
Uncle.
right?
Yes, Uncle.
Okay.
So, why this question is being asked and is being discussed is, in the view of ensuing Guru Purnima on Wednesday, the 29th of July, let us remember that the Sanskrit word Guru is a compound word formed by adding the two root syllables Gu and Ru. The syllable Gu literally means darkness, but in the spiritual domain, it means ajnana, lack of wisdom, which is often compared with or even equated to darkness. The syllable ru refers to eliminate or remove. Therefore, Guru is the one who removes ajnana, which is ignorance.
Okay, now you read my question, Amma.
Yeah. So the question is, what is the difference between ajnana, ignorance, and ahankara, which is translated into English as ego, pride, or arrogance, if it is intense?
No, see, what I meant was it is called arrogance if the ego is intense, Amma. If the level of ego is very high, we refer to that as arrogance, right? So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear the answers that people have to this question, please. See, these are simple words which we use every day, right? I mean, if you refer to them in English, then it is just ignorance compared to ego, pride, or arrogance, right? So, what is the difference between ignorance and ego? That's the question. And we all know what ignorance is, we all know what ego is. Okay, so it should be easy to tell me what the difference between them is. Anyone, please? Total 9 participants ఉన్నారమ్మా.
Yes, uncle.
ఓకే. ఎవరేం చెప్పట్లేదా?
Uh, no, uncle.
So nobody is answering. Shravani, would you like to answer, Shravani?
Yes, uncle.
Okay, Shravani, go ahead.
An ignorant person is the one who doesn't know anything, or he is lacking of or he is lacking of knowledge. But whereas an egoistic person feels that he know everything, and he never admits their mistakes,
Okay.
etc.
Okay, Shravani, thanks. So that is how we generally interpret these words, right? Okay, now let me give you the answer that I got from Swamiji, okay, for this question. Okay, I just turned it into a question, but now let me tell you the incident and when and where I got this answer from Swamiji. Okay, I don't remember the exact year. This must be the late 1980s or early 90s. I don't know, 90 or 91. Okay, I'm not sure. So what happened was Swamiji had been to Hyderabad. And because Swamiji had gone to Hyderabad, I also went to Hyderabad so as to be able to assist him. Because there aren't uh, devotees in Hyderabad who could assist him with his personal works. Okay. Mm. That's the reason I also used to go to Hyderabad whenever possible when Swamiji went to Hyderabad. Now, on this visit, uh, Swamiji was staying at the house of a devotee by the name of DVS Raju. Some of you must have heard his name. I mean, I'm still talking about what, 35 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay. So, in those days, Mr. DVS Raju was a very well known interpreter. Okay. I mean, in those days, interpreters were very rare. And he was a very famous industrialist also. One of those people who had started an electronics factory. Okay. We had very few of them. All the electronic factories were in the government domain, in public sector units, right? ECIL, ITI, Bharat Electronics Limited, like that. Okay, so private firms and companies were very rare, very few in number. So that is the reason he was quite famous. And that being the case, because he was an industrialist, he had connections with the government officers. Okay, so one day while we were there at DVS Raju's house, I remember it was sometime in early afternoon before lunchtime. Okay. So Swamiji, after a bath and breakfast, had his nap and he was awake again. And so Mr. Raju came into Swamiji's room and told Swamiji, Swamiji, there is an IAS officer who has come to my house. He's a good friend of mine. And I told him that Swamiji is here, so he wants to have Swamiji's darshan. Swamiji was lying on the bed because only I was there. And when DVS Raju came, also, he was also a very close devotee. So Swamiji continued to lie on his bed. But when DVS Raju told him that an IAS officer is coming to have darshan, Swamiji agreed. He said, yes, call him. Swamiji will give him darshan. And then Swamiji sat up. So I took a shawl which was lying nearby and then I wrapped it around his shoulders. So we were ready to receive the IAS officer. Okay. Now, after that, within a few moments, DVS Raju brought the IAS officer, ushered him into the room, and then he left. He left the room because, I mean, the intention was to give the IAS officer some privacy if he wanted to talk to Swamiji, anything personal or whatever he wanted to talk to Swamiji. Okay. Right at this moment, I was a little surprised because generally when people come to have darshan of Swamiji, they bring a garland of flowers to offer to Swamiji. They also bring some fruits to offer to Swamiji. Okay. Now, this IAS officer, he didn't bring anything. I thought probably he had come on work, so he didn't know that he's going to have Swamiji's darshan. Okay, so he didn't bring anything. That was fine. I mean, it was not a rule that everybody has to bring something to offer to Swamiji, but that was what the devotees did. Most of the devotees did that. But then he came inside, and the next thing I expected was he would do pranam to Swamiji. In the sense, he will go and touch Swamiji's feet as we all used to do. But he didn't do any of that. He just came inside and then he stood in the room. Then I asked him to sit down, because Swamiji was sitting on the bed. So I asked him to sit down on the floor. Probably there was a carpet, I don't remember. But he sat there, he squatted there. Then he started talking to Swamiji. He addressed Swamiji as if Swamiji was one of his friends or colleagues or something like that, okay? So he said, "How are you, Swamiji?" And so Swamiji just smiled at him like he usually did. And then he kept quiet. So the IAS officer again continued, "How is your health, Swamiji?" And Swamiji simply smiled, nodded his head, and then kept quiet. Okay. Then again, the next question from the IAS officer: "Have you had breakfast, Swamiji?" No. So Swamiji didn't answer that. So I answered that. He said, "Yes." I said, "Yes, Swamiji did have breakfast." Okay. Then he just sat quietly for a few more minutes. And then he took leave of Swamiji, got up, and then left the room. Okay. Now, as he left the room, as he went out of the room, I closed the door behind him. And so only I and Swamiji were in the room. So I turned to Swamiji and said, "Swamiji, seems like this person has a lot of ego, Swamiji." No. To my surprise, Swamiji replied, "Yes, ignorance." I couldn't agree with Swamiji. Okay. So I continued, "No, Swamiji, this is not ignorance. I know what ignorance is. This is ego." Okay. Now, please pay attention here. I was arguing with Swamiji. Swamiji said, "Ignorance." I did not agree. I was trying to tell Swamiji, "No, Swamiji, it is not ignorance, it is ego." Okay. This used to happen to not only me, but a few other devotees also who were close to Swamiji. Okay. The reason I think is Swamiji's gentle demeanor, okay, and his, I mean, the kind of ignorance he showed, like that of a child. Innocence, I'm sorry, not ignorance, but innocence. He used to behave like a child in front of us. Okay, so that made us think that he didn't know much, or he didn't know as much as we did. Okay, that is actually our ahankara. But then suddenly, Swamiji, with a hint of frustration in his voice, because I was arguing with him, right? So he said, "Adenayya, మీరు దేన్నైతే అహంకారం అంటారో యోగులు దానినే అజ్ఞానం అంటారు." So that was in Telugu. Swamiji spoke to me in Telugu. So I'll translate that for you uh, into English. He said, "That is whatever you people refer to as ahankara or ego, that is what yogis refer to as ignorance." Is that clear? Okay, so whatever we refer to or we think is ego, pride, arrogance, the yogis interpret these as ignorance. Maybe we can understand that, these qualities arise out of our ignorance because of the lack of wisdom on our part. We don't have the jnana with us. Because we don't have jnana, we exhibit these qualities, okay, which are what we term as ego, pride, okay, arrogance, okay. So this is why I was trying to ask you the question. let me, I mean, to end that incident or that experience of mine, I had no option but to shut up. Okay. No further argument with Swamiji. Those who are in the group are, I don't know if it was this group or I don't know in which group Balu shared the story of the cobra snake and the water snake of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. You know, the frog and the snake. Okay. That is what used to happen to us. With one single, simple, short answer, he would shut our mouth. Okay. So this is a very good example of that. Okay. Now, so deriving from that, I would like to go farther and then further and derive some answers to our questions, okay, or what we generally think and all that. Okay, so what Swamiji was telling us, telling me, is that ahankara itself is ignorance. Okay, so what our scriptures and the yogis, what they refer to as ajnana, ignorance, is actually arrogance, pride, ego, right? In our language. Okay. Now, if you look at it in a different way, I mean, I'm looking at just the opposites of them, right? If ajnana is ego, ajnana is the lack of wisdom, right? I mean, I prefer to use the word wisdom uh, than knowledge because knowledge could be any worldly knowledge, right? Wisdom is different. Okay. So that's the reason I would like to use wisdom for jnana. Okay. So he's saying that ajnana, which literally means lack of wisdom, is ego. Okay. Then jnana, the opposite of ajnana or wisdom, should be equal to the lack of ego, right? So if we can somehow lose our ego, we will become jnanis. Okay. So this is the reason I was trying to discuss this because of the ensuing or the approaching Guru Purnima on Wednesday, okay, on the 29th of July. It is the Guru Purnima, and the very meaning of Guru is the one who removes darkness, as Navya has read, explained, right? So the darkness here is Ajnana, and Swamiji has given me a very clear answer that Ajnana is nothing but Ahankara, ego, okay? Now, it may not be just that. What I mean is, just the lack of ego may not be the full jnana. We should understand that, right? The presence of ego is ajnana, but mere absence of the ego may not become full jnana. Jnana may be much more than that. Okay? But anyway, to strengthen what I am talking about or my argument, I would like to narrate the story of Shuka Maharshi and King Janaka. This is a story which was told to us by Swamiji. It's a story which is very well known. A lot of people know this, and a lot of people narrate this. Okay, but I'll tell you what was the difference between what Swamiji told me and what the others tell us. That will be at the end, right? So, to those who don't know the story, let me take a few minutes just to run through the story. Okay, Shuka Maharshi was the son of sage Veda Vyasa Maharshi. Okay. So as Shuka grew up, Vyasa himself taught him all that needs to be taught to a yogi's son, okay, a rishi's son. So Shuka learned all that Bhagavan Vedavyasa could teach him. I mean, he's also referred to as Bhagavan. He's also referred to as Krishna Dvaipayana, meaning equivalent to Krishna, Lord Krishna. Okay. But Shuka Maharshi was not satisfied with what he learned from his father. He was still trying to pursue more jnana, more wisdom. And when his father Vyasa observed this, when he understood that his son wants to learn more of wisdom, then Vyasa Maharshi advised him, please go to Janaka Maharaja, Sita's father, okay? The same Janaka Maharaja. So he said, but in those days, Janaka was considered to be a jnani, okay? There is a story behind that, how he became a jnani. I'm not getting into that now. Probably some other time we'll come to that. So King Janaka was considered a jnani in those days. So Shuka Maharshi asked his son, no, sorry, Vyasa Maharshi asked his son Shuka Maharshi to go to Janaka, King Janaka, and learn more jnana from him. Okay. So Shuka went to the palace of King Janaka, and when he arrived at the gatekeeper asked him, what's the purpose of your coming here? What do you want from the palace or from the king? Okay. So Shuka explained to the gatekeeper that my father Vyasa Maharshi sent me to King Janaka to learn jnana from him, to obtain jnana from him. That is the reason I have come here. Okay. So the gatekeeper, as was his duty, passed on the message to King Janaka, saying that, the son of Vedavyasa, Maharshi Vedavyasa has come here. He is waiting at the gate for you. He wants to learn jnana from you. He wants to obtain jnana from you. So Janaka sent the word back to the gatekeeper saying that, ask him to wait. I am busy. Okay. So Shuka just waited there at the gate of the palace, outside the palace, outside the gate. Okay. Now time went on and it was almost evening, the sun was about to set. So the court would have ended and all appointments of the king would have been over. Everybody would be retiring by in the evening, right? In those days. So the gatekeeper told Shuka Maharshi, sorry, today I cannot send you inside. You cannot meet King Janaka. Please come tomorrow morning. So the next day morning, again Shuka Maharshi went to the palace. Again the gatekeeper asked him to wait there and sent a word to King Janaka saying that Shuka Maharshi has again come to see you. King Janaka sent back the same word saying that ask him to wait. So the gatekeeper told him and Shuka continued to wait. Now this repeated for 7 consecutive days, a full week. Okay. Every morning, Shuka would be there at the gate and the word would be sent to Janaka. Janaka would reply saying that ask him to wait. And he would wait there until the evening, until the sunset. And the gatekeeper would ask him to go back and come the next day morning. Okay. So this repeated for 7 days. For 7 days, Shuka Maharshi kept going to the palace, just kept waiting at the gate. And for 7 days, King Janaka did not call him inside, did not meet him. Okay. The 8th day, in the morning, when Shuka Maharshi went to the palace, again the gatekeeper sent the word to King Janaka saying that Shuka Maharshi has again come for your darshan. That day, it seems, the king got down from the throne, went by himself to the gate, received Shuka Maharshi with honor, brought him back into the court. I mean, the main court where he used to see people, right? Where people could go and meet him. So he took him there. He made him sit on a very comfortable chair, like a throne, right? Not his throne, but the other big seats that are available there. He made him sit there. And after he sat on the chair, King Janaka washed his feet, Shuka Maharshi's feet, performed the Pada Puja of Shuka Maharshi. Okay? Now, so Shuka thought that all this was, a way of receiving uh, a person or a saint or whatever it is. So he took all of that. So at the end of that, again he addressed Janak Maharaja. He folded his hands and said, Sir, my father, sage Vyasa, sent me to you to learn jnana, to obtain jnana from you. So please teach me jnana. Please give me jnana. Okay. So at that point, Janaka replied, Maharshi, you know everything that needs to be known. There is nothing else to be known. Okay. And Shuka was puzzled. I mean, why is he saying this? What does he know about me? He hasn't even talked to me anything. I've been waiting for 7 days now. Eighth day, he calls me inside and he says, there is nothing to learn now. There is nothing to know, nothing more to know. So he was puzzled. Then King Janaka explained, okay, I made you wait at the gate for 7 consecutive days. You waited there. You kept coming back. And I don't see an iota of anger or frustration in you. Okay, this indicates a total lack of ego. Therefore, you know everything. There is nothing else that I can teach you. Okay? You know what Shuka Maharshi replied to him? He said, I came to you asking for something, okay? Jnana. It was your right. I mean, it was up to you whether you wanted to give it to me or not. You wanted to make me wait? Yes. You asked me to wait. I waited there because I wanted jnana from you. So I did not do anything great by waiting for you. It is my duty to wait until you give me the jnana because I came asking for the jnana. Okay. So there was no entitlement being shown on the part of Shuka Maharshi. Just because he has come to ask jnana, he didn't expect a great welcome and a great treatment and all that. Nothing. He said, I asked for something that you have. It is up to you whether you want to give it to me or not. And you asked me to wait for it. I waited for it. So I didn't do anything great. Okay. Until here, everybody tells the same story. Okay. I heard this story or this narration. It can be found in various books anywhere. Probably it will be found on Google also if you search. And this is where the story ends. Okay. Now, Swamiji told me something else. That is very interesting, okay? He said, then Shuka Maharshi thought to himself, I came here because my father sent me here to you to get more jnana, to obtain jnana from you. I did not come here for a certificate from you. You understand? I mean, Swamiji used the word certificate, okay? I don't know what it was called in those days. I don't know if there were things like certificates in those days. But Swamiji used this exact word. I did not come here for a certificate. I want jnana. If you cannot give it to me, that's fine, that's okay. I will leave. I'll try to find somebody else who can give me the jnana. But I didn't come here for a certificate. Okay. Now, he didn't say this openly. Okay. And so he got up and then he left. That's all. See, a Maharshi who has been treated by the king, King Janaka, he was actually considered an emperor in those days. And he goes there, and the King Janaka takes him inside, performs his Pada Puja, and after all that, Shuka just gets up and leaves. That's all. He says, I came for Jnana. I didn't come for the Pada Puja or your certificate or anything like that. I'm not interested in any of this. What I want is Jnana. Can you give it to me? If you cannot give it to me, okay. I'll have to find some other master, some other teacher for that. Okay? Now, so do you agree that this story also tells us that lack of ego is the same as jnana? Okay. The first story I talked to you about was what Swamiji told me directly. Ahankara and Ajnana are the same. Okay. Now, the same thing we learn from this one, this story of Shuka who went to Janaka Maharaja for Dhyana. Okay. Now, just there is another short story. Anyway, we are discussing stories narrated by Swamiji. So I thought I'll discuss this story also. But before I get into that, I would like to know if anybody has any questions or any comments, anything that you want to say.
If anybody would like to say anything, you can directly unmute yourself as we have given you access to unmute yourselves.
Okay, Amma, so shall I continue with the next story?
Namaste, Jagdish. May I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Namaste, Andy. The story of the sense of
Namaste.
entitlement, lack of sense of entitlement. Namaste, Andy. The story about the lack of sense of entitlement of Sukha
Yeah,
Maharshi was really, really very enlightening, very enjoyable. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you.
okay.
Namaste.
Okay, Amma, welcome. Yeah.
Namaste.
Now, so I'll just continue with the next story. Okay, this I wanted to tell you so as we understand the level of jnana that Shuka Maharshi had. Okay. Again, I am narrating this story because it is one of the stories that Swamiji told me. Okay. This is a very interesting story again. It seems what happened once was both Shuka and his father Vyasa, they set off on a journey. So in those days, no vehicles, no cars, no roads. So people had to walk. And often they had to walk through forests, right? And these two being rishis anyway, Maharshis, they lived in forests, okay? They lived in the hermitages. So they were walking along on a forest track. And I think because of the difference in the age, Shuka was a young man by then. His father Vyasa was much older than him. And I think it is because of that that Vedavyasa fell back a little. In the sense, he slowed down a little. I don't know for how long they have been walking, but Shuka continued to walk at a slightly faster pace. Okay. So he was going ahead, and Vyasa was a few hundred yards behind him. Okay. So as they were proceeding, Shuka Maharshi, who was leading, who was in the front, he came to a stream of water in the forest. So he had to cross that. Okay. So just when he was about to cross that, there were a group of celestial maidens there, whom we call as apsarasas in Sanskrit. So they are from a different world altogether. So they keep traveling. This is what Swamiji also told us. So when they find a very isolated place, where there are no people, no disturbance, nothing like that, nobody could see them, they try to play here and enjoy themselves. They come to the earth and they enjoy themselves here. Okay. So this was a stream, and the maidens were having a bath there and playing, in the water, just like young girls do. Okay. And the thing was, they had undressed themselves completely. They were totally naked because there was nobody else to see them. They were just by themselves, and they were all friends. So they were all naked, and they were taking a bath in the stream, and they were playing along. That's all. So suddenly they saw Shuka Maharshi approaching the stream. And immediately they all came to Shuka Maharshi, approached him in the same condition. That is, they were not wearing any clothes. They were taking dips in the stream and enjoying themselves. In the same way, they just came forward to uh, greet Shuka Maharshi, and they touched his feet and they paid their respects to him. Okay. So Shuka Maharshi in turn blessed them, and he just walked along. Okay. So they all took his blessings, and then suddenly they noticed that Sage Vyasa was following Shuka Maharshi at some distance. So when they saw Sage Vyasa, suddenly they rushed to where they had left their clothes. They had taken off their clothes and they were taking a bath in the river, in the stream. Okay. They rushed to where the clothes were and they dressed themselves up. And they came back to Vyasa. Okay. Then they paid their obeisance to Sage Vyasa, and they also touched his feet and did pranam to him. Okay. So this confused Sage Vyasa, it seems. So he asked them directly, ladies, my son is a young man. And when he came here, you were all naked. And you didn't feel shy. You were not ashamed. But you came to him, you touched his feet, and you took his blessings. But when I approached you, I am an old man, I am aged now. And when I approached you, you ran to collect your clothes, you wore the clothes, you dressed yourself up, and then you came and paid obeisance to me. So I don't understand that. I mean, normally I would expect a young girl to be ashamed of a young man, not an old man like me. So why did you do that? Why were you totally unashamed when you came to greet my son, my young son? But you could not do that with me. What is the reason? So then it seems the maidens explained to him, Sir, your son, Shuka Maharshi, is such a jnani, okay, that not only does he refuse to identify himself with his physical body, he does not identify anybody by their physical bodies. Okay? See, everybody teaches us you are not the physical body. Don't identify yourself with your physical body. You are something beyond that. You know, you are the Atma. You are consciousness. Fine. But here, what sage Shuka is doing is he knows that not only he is not the physical body, not his physical body, even the others are not their physical bodies. That is his level of jnana. So, that being the case, he doesn't perceive our physical bodies at all. And the gender, the male female gender difference is in the physical body, perhaps in the mind also, perhaps in the astral body, but not in the Atma. The Atma is neutral, right? So, because he perceives all of us as just Atmas, souls, with no gender differences, no differences at all, right? Not just gender, no differences at all. Atma is the same. That is how he is all the time. Wherever he is, whatever he is doing, he is at that level of consciousness. He is at that level of jnana. Okay? So that is the reason we could approach him without feeling shy. Because he does not differentiate between men and women. Okay, his mind doesn't get disturbed or infatuated with a female body. He doesn't even identify himself as a man. No, he is just an Atma. So that is the reason we could approach him, although we were naked. But we could not do that with you. Okay? Now, so this is the answer that the maidens gave sage Vyasa. Okay? So, with that, I close that discussion on Guru Purnima. Again, any questions up to this? Thanks, Auntie Ji. I just read your, Raj Auntie Ji, I just read your comment. Thank you very much for that. I too pray to Swamiji that he should come and he should teach us all this. I am trying to just remember what all he taught me. And I am trying to tell you all that, share those stories with you all. Okay. So please, with Swamiji's
Hi,
blessings, we
Jagdish.
should be able to
This is
continue this.
Raj. This is Raj. I think you're
Okay.
confusing me for somebody else.
No, no. Oh, Raj Alawat? Sorry.
No, Raj, Bangalore. We met last time when I came there.
Oh, where are you, Raj,
Mr.
now?
Redison. I'm in North Carolina just now.
Okay.
So
Are you in
I was
touch
very
with the
happy to
others
see you.
there?
No, sir, I don't know anybody else.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
there
I
are
used to be in
people
touch
there.
with Tom for a while. But then lost contact.
Okay,
From
Raj,
Bangladesh.
I suggest that you share your phone number with me. Now, do you have my number with you?
No, I don't.
Okay, so how can
Uh,
we share each other's
let
number?
me. Yeah, I mean, if you want to say it out, I can write it down
Please,
and
please,
message
yeah.
you. Mm-hmm.
+91 is the country code.
Mm-hmm.
96
Yeah.
06
Mm-hmm.
76
Mm-hmm.
32
Mm-hmm.
96.
96. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my
Yeah.
WhatsApp
Yeah.
number, Raj. So I'm
Yeah.
very happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank you
Incidentally,
very much. I was very glad to
Raj
come
is
across
a
this channel.
Raj is a very old devotee of old in the sense very long time devotee of Swamiji. Okay, I think he's younger than me, Raj, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was with Swamiji. He spent some time with Swamiji during the last years. That's what I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
between
Now he's
87
in
and
North
94.
Carolina. Okay. I'll try to put you in touch with others in North Carolina, Raj.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Yeah, Raj. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Welcome. So next we move to the next question. Navya,
Yes, uncle.
is there anyone else who would like to say something?
Yeah, so if anybody wants to share your thoughts or anything related to the earlier discussion, you can feel free to unmute yourself because you have been given access to unmute yourself.
Okay, Navya. So let's move on to the next question.
Yes, uncle. Uh, the next question is from an anonymous user on YouTube.
Okay.
So this question was asked on 11th July.
Ah,
The question is, Uncle, I heard that Swamiji used to narrate a few stories from the ancient Indian Itihasas and Puranas, but that his narration used to vary from that in those scriptures. Can you kindly share a few of such stories from Ramayana or Mahabharata?
yeah, Navya. And can you tell the audience the other stories that I have already narrated earlier?
Yes, Uncle. The
It must be in your WhatsApp, Amma.
yeah.
Okay.
One of the story that I remember is about Sita Swayamvara
Yeah,
that
good.
we stopped.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. We stopped at that point, right? Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So I would like to continue from that point. In the sense, I mean, I'm not narrating the whole of Ramayana. That's not the plan here. The plan is to just narrate stories that were told by Swamiji, and specifically those which are different from what are generally narrated by others, narrated or they are in the books. Okay, so these are stories which you may not find in the books. I'm not totally sure. They may be in the books also, but they're not generally discussed. Okay, so I picked up such stories. Okay, now this is actually a continuation of Sita Swayamvara. Okay, and this was also disclosed by Swamiji. Okay, the last session, I told you that by the blessings of sage Vishwamitra, Sri Rama could go and lift the bow, and not only lift the bow, he tried to string it, and the bow broke into two, right? So that is when Sita garlanded him, saying that, okay, I am going to marry you. I have selected you as my husband. Okay. Now, so that confused Janaka, who was the father of Sita, because he saw Rama as an ascetic who had come along with sage Vishwamitra. So he thought Rama was a disciple of Vishwamitra, and he is also an ascetic who lives in the forests. Okay, so he was a little troubled. How can I marry my daughter to an ascetic? And then he inquired, and then he found out that Rama is actually the son of King Dashratha. So Rama is a prince. Okay. So he was very happy about that. And so he sent a message to uh, King Dashratha about what happened here, saying that there was a Swayamvara, and Rama is here, and he is the one who has won Sita's hand. So we have to celebrate, or we have to perform the wedding of Rama and Sita. So please come along to uh, Janakpuri or Mithila. Okay. And we will have to perform the marriage of Ram and Sita. So Dasratha was very pleased to learn about this. And then he came along with his retinue. I mean, all that moves along with the king, the elephants, the horses, the chariots, and all that. And lot of people, right, who bring lot of things that are required for them on the journey, as well as for the wedding and all that. So along with that, King Dasharatha also invited his guru, sage Vashishta. So Vashishta also came along, right? So as they were coming to Mithila, I mean, we know in those days it used to take a number of days for them to travel to a far off place like Mithila, right? We know that Mithila is in the present Nepal, okay? And we know where Ayodhya is in UP, right? So they had to cover that distance. So in the meanwhile, Dasharatha requested sage Vashishta to fix an auspicious time for the wedding of Rama and Sita. And sage Vashishta, being the guru of the family of Dasharatha, Rajaguru, okay? So he decided on one particular muhurtam. That's what we call in Telugu for an auspicious moment. Probably in Hindi it's called muhurta or muhurat. Okay, so he decided on one muhurat while they were still traveling to Mithila. Okay. Now, here what happened is at Mithila itself, Rama was there and sage Vishwamitra was also there. And they were also planning for the wedding, right? Along with King Janaka and all of them. So what sage Vishwamitra did was, on his own, he decided on an auspicious time for the wedding of Sita and Rama. Okay? So then in some days, the retinue of Dasharatha Maharaja reached Mithila, and they were given some quarters to stay in, and they all settled there. And after all that was over, they had a meeting. So everybody participated in the meeting. Who all? Dasharatha Maharaja, Janaka Maharaja, okay? Then sage Vishwamitra, sage Vashishta, and we know that all the other, I mean, the three brothers of two of them actually, Bharata and Shatrughna, they also were in the retinue, so they also joined like this. So all the people were there in the meeting, and there sage Vishwamitra declared that he has identified a particular auspicious day and time for the wedding of Sita and Rama. Okay, so as soon as he announced that, sage Vashishta objected to that. And he said, no, I have identified another muhurta, another good auspicious time and date, which is different from what Vishwamitra is announcing. Okay. So then there was some argument as to which is good, which moment is more auspicious and which moment is suitable for Sita and Rama and all that. Okay. So ultimately, Vishwamitra told Sri Rama, Lord Sri Rama, Rama, you decide on which of these two auspicious moments you are going to marry Sita. Okay. So Rama stood up respectfully, bowed his head, folded his hands, and announced, I will go whatever my father decides. Meaning he is not going to decide whether to get married on the muhurtam set by Vishwamitra or on the muhurtam set by Vashishta. He is going to leave it to his father. Because he was the ideal obedient son, okay, in our history. So again, he left this choice of the date also to his father, Dasharatha. Okay. Now, it was Dasharatha who asked Vashishta to fix the auspicious time. So now he cannot change it. He cannot say he will go by Vishwamitra's decision. So he announced that he is going to go by the muhurtam that was fixed by Vashishta. Okay. Now, this enraged Vishwamitra so much. We know that he was considered a mukkopi, meaning very angry sage. Okay. So he was very angry, Firo, very angry at that. And then he actually left that meeting and he went away. Okay. Just try to note this point here. That is the last moment we see Vishwamitra in the whole of Ramayana. Never again does Vishwamitra come into the story of Ramayana anywhere. Okay? This is the reason for that. Okay? See, it was Vishwamitra, as I explained in the last session, who brought Rama to Sita Swayamvara. Rama did not get the invitation. Maybe because he was not in Ayodhya, but he did not get the invitation. He did not come to the Swayamvara by himself. He was brought to the Swayamvara by sage Vishwamitra. Okay? And as Swamiji told us, Rama did not string the bow by himself with his own strength. He could string it because of the blessings of sage Vishwamitra. Okay? After all that, now the muhurtam that is fixed by sage Vashishta gets decided upon. So he leaves. He is angry and then he leaves. Okay? And that's it. He never appears in Ramayana again. After that important role he played. Okay? See, he asked for Rama to be sent along with him. And it was only after that that the Yoga Vashishta happened. Okay? Rama attained self-realization because of that Yoga Vashishta. And after that, he went along with sage Vishwamitra. He was taught a lot of mantras by sage Vishwamitra. And even that Ahalya incident, where Ahalya, who had become a stone, metaphorically, turned back into a woman. Okay? That also happened in the presence of sage Vishwamitra. Okay? But after the wedding of Sita and Rama, we don't find Vishwamitra anywhere in the whole of Ramayana. Okay? Now, there is an interesting aspect here. Some people argue that the time fixed by sage Vashishta, which is what we now celebrate as Sri Ramanavami, okay? Which is the 9th day after the new moon day of the first lunar month, Chaitra Masa. In the Chaitra Masa, after Ugadi, at least in South India, we celebrate the Padyami, the first day of the lunar month of Chaitra, as the Yugadi, as the beginning of the year. Okay? The 9th day of that month is what we celebrate as Sri Ramanavami every year. Okay? So Sri Rama was married on that day. Okay? But some people argue that muhurta, auspicious moment decided by Vashishta was wrong. Meaning it was not auspicious, it was inauspicious. Why do they say that? They say that because Rama and Sita got separated after that. They did not lead a happy life together. Okay? Soon after that, Rama was exiled. So they both went to the forest and they lived in the forest for 14 years. Then Sita was abducted by Ravana and she had to spend a full 1 year in Sri Lanka, in the Ashokavana. Okay, and then that whole fight, killing of Ravana, everything happened because of that. So some people argue that that Muhurat was not auspicious. Okay. But I have something to say on that. See, had Vashishta really chosen an auspicious moment that would let Sri Rama and Sita live happily ever after, what would have happened to Ravana? Right? The very reason for the birth of Rama was to destroy Ravana. Okay? So my argument is that Vashishta knew what Sri Rama was born for. And because Sri Rama was exiled, he went to the forest. Because he was in the forest, Ravana abducted Sita. And from that, that became the cause of Ravana's elimination, right? Not only Ravana, his whole clan, his family, everything vanished after that. So the moment fixed by sage Vashishta was such. Okay? Again, this is my personal argument. This was not told by Swamiji. So you can comment, you can agree or disagree with me. Okay? Thank you. Now, so I'm just moving to the next story after that. Again, a story told by Swamiji. This is also, I remember having heard it from my Hindi master in school, in our high school, okay? But I don't know the source of this. How did he get to know about it? How did Swamiji know about it? I have an answer, okay? But how did my Hindi master, whose name was Shyam Dadpe, he was from Maharashtra. I was in Hyderabad, so he was teaching us in high school. And he used to tell us wonderful, interesting stories from our itihasas. So this was one of the stories that he told us at that time in the class. Okay. Now here is the story. So this is after Rama's wedding. Then Rama's exile. He had gone into the forest. 13 years are over. Then Ravana abducts Sita. And Rama and Lakshmana are roaming in the forests trying to find Sita. Where do they find Sita? How do they find Sita? What clues did they have? Nothing, right? Zero clues. So they just went searching in the forest. Okay, at that time, Rama was sunk in grief. So much grief, for the loss of Sita, maybe wondering what would have happened to her. Where is she? Is she alive? What is her condition? So thinking about all this, he was in utter grief, okay? And the story is that he used to cry at times, crying for Sita, his wife, okay? So when this was seen by Parvati Devi, Shiva's wife, okay, she started arguing with Lord Shiva. So this is the story that Swamiji told me, okay? So it seems she argued with Shiva saying that, my lord, you regard Sri Rama so much. You are always praising him. You are always taking his name. But see how he is behaving now. He is behaving like an ordinary mortal. He is crying for his wife. He is unable to bear the separation from his wife. He is crying for her, and then he is walking along the forest, searching for her and crying at times. So Shiva argued with her, no, that's not the case. Okay. He may be in grief, but he has not lost his mind. Mind here I use in the sense of buddhi. Okay. It's not that because of that sorrow or grief, he has lost his intelligence. That's not the case with Rama. She said, no, I need to test him. I need to go and check and confirm whether what you are saying is correct or not. Okay, I'm talking about the argument between Parvati Mata and Lord Shiva in Kailas. Okay, so then Shiva said, okay, if you want to test him, go ahead and test him. Okay, so then it seems Parvati Mata came down to Dandakaranya, the forest where Sri Rama was roaming, searching for Sita. Okay, and what Swamiji told me was that she transformed herself. They have that Ichcha Shakti, right? They can change their form and shape to whatever they want, appearance, looks. So she became like Sita, exactly like Sita. So if people saw her, they wouldn't be able to differentiate Sita from Parvati. Am I clear? Parvati took the form of Sita, Rama's wife, and she appeared in the forest where Rama was trying to look for Sita. He was shouting, right? Sita, Sita, and then he was going along the forest path trying to find Sita. So there it seems suddenly Sita appeared there. But that was not true Sita, right? That was Parvati Devi in the form of Sita. So this is how Mata Parvati tried to test Rama. What does he do now? He is in so much grief. Will he take me to be Sita? That was the test. Okay. And then Swamiji tells us that as soon as Rama saw Parvati, but in the form of Sita, he recognized her immediately. And he folded his hands and asked her, Mother, why are you here? What are you doing here? Okay. So he could recognize that the person standing in front of him in the form of Sita was not the real Sita. And he could also recognize that she was Parvati Devi in the form of Sita. Okay. So when Parvati Devi understood that Rama did not mistake her to be Sita, but recognized her to be Parvati herself, then she had to acknowledge that although Rama was in such grief, he did not lose his intellect. Okay? So this is what we say as sthita pragya. That is, the intellect is stabilized. You may have, even that sthita pragya may have difficulties, may have sorrows, may have bodily pains, diseases, all that. But he doesn't lose his intellect. Okay? I'm not using the word mind here. Okay? I'm using the word intellect here, buddhi. Okay? That he did not lose. So this was a test that Parvati Mata conducted and Rama passed that test. Okay? So this is the story that Swamiji told us. Now, we'll go to the next story. Anything here, Amma? Any other questions or? Okay. Navya, any other questions, Amma?
No, uncle.
Okay, right. So we'll go to the next story that is narrated by Swamiji. Again, this is also from Ramayana. This is about Sita and Hanuman. Okay. But no, I'm not going to narrate the story of how Hanuman found Sita in Sri Lanka. Okay. all that is over. I mean, by the time we come to this story, all that is over. Ravana is killed. Rama and Sita return to Ayodhya. Hanuman has decided to stay with them forever. Okay, so Hanuman continues to stay in Ayodhya along with Sita and Rama. Now, all the while, Sita Mata used to feel, very obliged to Hanuman because of his help. She could survive because Hanuman gave her the uh, trust, okay, that Rama will come and Rama will take you back from here while she was in Sri Lanka, right? So, right from that point onwards, and now Hanuman is there in Ayodhya serving Rama and Sita, okay? So, and then they have returned to Ayodhya, and the people of Ayodhya also were very happy that Sri Rama and Sita have come back, and Sri Rama is ruling the kingdom now. Okay, so they were also very happy. So Sita, it seems, felt that she should hold a feast for all the people of Ayodhya. She just wanted to feed them, okay, one feast as celebration for their return to Ayodhya and ruling the kingdom again. Okay. So it seems she made all the arrangements to prepare a lot of food, lot of items, eatables for all the people of Ayodhya. So imagine how many people would be there in the feast. So much food had to be prepared. Okay. And it seems Hanuman, who was there, he helped her a lot in all the work that she had to do, planning food, collecting the groceries, preparing. Of course, they would have employed cooks. I'm not saying no, but the other arrangements that needed to be done, Hanuman helped her a lot in all of that. Okay. Now, finally, it seems all the food was prepared and ready to be served. So somehow Sita Mata felt that, for all the work that Hanuman has done, for all the service that Hanuman has done, I should first make him eat. Because if I leave him, then he'll just continue to serve like this. He may not eat by himself. He may get delayed and he may be very hungry. So I don't want that to happen. I want to feed him by myself and I want to make him eat. So she asked him to come and sit and have the meal first before it was served to anybody else. Now, Hanuman is an obedient servant, so he immediately agreed and he came and sat down there to have the meal. Okay. And Sita Mata started to serve him. And she kept on serving him, and it seems he kept on eating. As I told you, there were several items, right? Because this is a feast that is organized by a queen, right? So it was a very, very good feast with a lot of items and lot of things to eat. So she started serving all of that to Hanuman, and he kept on eating that as if he was very hungry. Okay. Now, he ate so much that she started worrying. I mean, what is happening to him? Why is he eating so much? Is he going to stop at all? Or is he going to eat up all the food that we have cooked? We have cooked the food, we have prepared the food for so many people, all the people of Ayodhya. But the way Hanuman is eating now, I am afraid he will finish the whole food, all the food that is cooked. Hanuman himself will eat it away. So she started getting frightened. Okay. She didn't know what to do. She couldn't stop serving him because he was continuing to eat. Okay, so under some excuse, I mean, she gave the serving duty to somebody else who was there and she ran to Sri Rama. And she approached Rama and said, Lord, I am really in trouble. Rama asked, what's the trouble? What happened to you? I mean, you were arranging a feast And I heard that everything is ready and you are about to start the serving. Yes, my lord, that is exactly that is the instance that we are in. We are about to serve all the people. But what I did was I wanted to serve Hanuman first. I wanted him to eat first, to reward him for his loyalty, for his obedience and all that. And so I started serving him. I made him sit and I started serving him. But the way he is eating it now, I am afraid he'll eat all the food that is cooked, all the food that is prepared. So I don't know what to do. I cannot stop serving him because he is eating and he seems to be very hungry. And at the same time, I cannot get more food prepared for so many people who are here. So I don't know what to do. He doesn't seem to be satisfied. I keep serving him and he keeps eating it. Okay, then Rama smiled at her and said, "Who do you think Hanuman is?" Then Sita started wondering, "What do you mean? Why are you asking me who is Hanuman? I mean, you and I, we both know very well that he is a monkey prince, probably, and you found him in the forest. And I mean, we know all that history, right? So why are you asking me who is Hanuman? He's our Hanuman who accompanied us from Sri Lanka." He said, "Yes, yes, but I am not asking you that. Who do you think Hanuman is really?" And she could not reply. Okay, she said, "I don't know what you are asking me. I don't understand your question." Then Rama told her, "Do you think you can satisfy Hanuman with food? You cannot. You keep serving him, keep eating forever. Okay? You cannot satisfy him with food. And you know why? Because he is an Amsha of Lord Shiva. He is not what you think he is. He is not a monkey. Meaning, not just a monkey, okay? He is in the form of a monkey, but he is an Amsha of Lord Shiva. Amsha meaning a part of the soul of Shiva. And do you know how Lord Shiva gets satisfied? Then she started thinking, okay. Then Rama told her, the only thing that can satisfy Lord Shiva is devotion. Bhakta Vashankara. Okay? That is, he surrenders. Vashamkara. It's not Bhaktava and Shankara. It is Bhakta Vashankara. Meaning a devotee can easily capture him. Capture Lord Shiva. With what? With his devotion. Okay? So he will surrender or he will be satisfied and satiated only by devotion, not by anything else. You cannot satisfy him with anything else, not money, nothing else. You can satisfy him only with devotion. Then Sita said, "Okay, my lord, I understand that. I understand when you tell me that he is Lord Shiva or a part of Lord Shiva, I understand that. And you are also telling me that he will be satisfied only with devotion. But what shall I do now? How shall I solve this problem that I am facing now?" Then Lord Rama told her, "It's quite simple. As I am telling you, devotion will satisfy him. Okay? So just go and do pranam to him. But keep this in mind. Hanuman considers you as a mother. Okay? He considers himself to be your son. So don't go in front and do pranam to him. Okay? Don't do that. He will feel very bad. So go behind him. That is, he's sitting and eating like this. You go behind him. Okay? Then you prostrate to him from behind him and you do pranam to him. Okay? You pray to him. That will satisfy him. Then Sita understood what the problem was. Okay, she ran back, making sure that Hanuman doesn't see her. She went behind Hanuman. She prostrated to him and then she prayed to him, "My Lord, I'm sorry I didn't recognize who you are. So please be satisfied and please bless us." Okay? So, I mean, the story, as they normally narrate, they say Hanuman gave a big burp, okay? And he said, "Oh, now I am satisfied. The food is really so good. I am full now. My stomach is full. I cannot eat anymore." And then by the time Sita Mata came in front of him, so he thanked Sita Mata and said, "Amma, I am satisfied now. My stomach is full and there's a lot of work to be done. So many people have to be served. So please let me go and help the people who are serving them." And so there ends the story. Okay. Now, Navya,
Yes, Uncle.
any questions now, Amma?
I could not see any questions in the Zoom chat or either in the Facebooks, Uncle.
Amma,
But
there are some questions from Ram Teneti in the WhatsApp, no, in the Zoom chat, Amma. He's asking for something. So can you please answer him? Or I can also answer him.
okay, Uncle.
Uh, Mr. Ram, uh, yes, I got your questions. So you are asking information about Swamiji. I will, first of all, I'll send you, I mean, in the chat itself, I'll indicate to you the website that is dedicated to Swamiji. So you can go to that website. There is a lot of information available on the website. There are also books available. You can buy those books. You can buy those books online also, and you can download them. Okay, there is also a Kindle version available. You can download that if you want, which is much cheaper compared to the other version. I'll just indicate the website to you. Okay. There is another devotee by the name of Dharmishta, and I think she wants to join the WhatsApp, Amma.
Yes.
So, Dharmishta, my WhatsApp number is already shared on the chat. So can you see that number, please? 9606 763296.
Hi, would like to have a WhatsApp number. I haven't got.
It's there in the WhatsApp chat. Are you able to
Oh,
see that, please?
I'll have a look. Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So just send me a WhatsApp message on that, indicating your
Yes.
name, and of course your number will appear there. So then I'll add
Yes.
your number to the WhatsApp group. Huh?
Okay. Thank
And
you.
may I know your name, please?
My name is Dharmishta, but I'm known also as Amita.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
madam.
you.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, welcome, welcome.
Sir, I have a quick question. Since you have been associated with Swamiji for some time, this is my first time coming in. I know I can go to the website and read about him and all that, but hearing from someone who has been in close proximity,
Yeah.
it helps a bit. If there is a specifically, if there is a way you can give a little bio of Swamiji, plus what exact, I know he was in that place for 12 years doing his sadhana. Just
Yeah.
want to know what exact meditation he used to do, if he has alluded on that. And
Yeah.
one experience you may have had with him, that would be very helpful for me if there is a chance.
Sure. Okay. See, to answer your question, Shivabalayogi Maharaj was born in the village of Adivarapupeta in the East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, you can get the details. I don't think that is important now.
Correct.
So he was born as a child, as a son to a weaver's family. Okay, a very poor weaver's family. They didn't have enough to eat even. So he grew up in that family in poverty. Then, with his struggle, with his hard work, he came out of that poverty. And then, after that, while he was doing his business and earning well and feeding his mother and his family members, suddenly one day, uh, he was initiated into tapas. When he went to the canal, the irrigation canal by his village, there, Lord Shiva manifested in front of him in the form of a Jangamadevara, meaning, a mendicant who begs, who is in the form of Shiva himself. I mean, he wears the vibhuti and the Rudraksha malas and all that. And then they live by begging in the village streets. Okay. So Lord Shiva appeared to him in that form, and Lord Shiva made him sit in Padmasana and initiated him into tapas. Okay. So that at that moment, when Lord Shiva touched him on the Brikuti, Satyaraju, that was his name before he became Swamiji. So Satyaraju lost outer consciousness and he got immersed in deep samadhi. Okay. And from that day onwards, which was the 7th of August, 1949, so that was the day he was initiated into tapas. From that day onwards, he would remain in samadhi for 23 hours every day for the next 8 years. Okay. After that, his guru, who is Lord Shiva, but who appeared in the form of a Jangamadevara again, he told him that you don't need to do all the 23 hours of meditation every day. Now you can reduce it to 12 hours a day. So the next 4 years, he performed the tapas by being in samadhi for at least 12 hours every day. Okay. So in this way, he completed the 12-year tapas, which included the first 8 years of Dik tapas. Okay. Now, at the end of the 12 years of tapas, Lord Shiva and Parvati manifested in front of him and they gave him the name of Sri 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 Shivabalayogi. Okay. But Satyaraju or Swamiji, he did not accept that name. He changed it to Sri 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 Shivabalayogindralu because he thought that if he adds the word Ishvara, then people might confuse that with Lord Shiva's name itself. So he didn't want to take that name. Anyway, that's a small detail. But then Lord Shiva asked him to teach the meditation that he has learned from Lord Shiva to all the people who come to him and guide them in their meditation, okay, and bring them into the path of devotion. Because Lord Shiva told him that people have forgotten God, people have forgotten sadhana, and they are fully into the material world. So Lord Shiva asked him to initiate them into meditation so that they'll practice the meditation and then again come back to the line of devotion. Okay. But Lord Shiva also told him that people who are facing a lot of trouble, including poverty, starvation, disease, and a lot of other worldly problems, you will have to first help them with those problems. Unless you resolve those problems, they won't develop faith in God and they won't return to the path of devotion. They are struggling with the worldly life itself. So Swamiji was given the powers by Lord Shiva to also heal people, take care of their diseases, bless them with blessed vibhuti. So since that time, Swamiji started using the vibhuti that is available here and that is generally used by the Indians. That same vibhuti, he blesses it with his tapas shakti, that is the power obtained from performing the 12-year-long tapas. And that helps people resolve all the kinds of problems that they have, the worldly problems that they have. Okay? So the hope is that once those are uh, taken care of, they will all return to the path of devotion and divinity. Okay? So that is the mission of Swamiji, which was given to him. He was ordained with that mission by Lord Shiva. And that's what he continued for 30 years, starting from 1961, when he completed the tapas, until 1994, when he left the body uh, in Mahasamadhi. Okay. His Mahasamadhi is again situated at the same village where he was born, in Adivarapupeta. Okay. But while he was doing his mission work, he established his headquarters in Bangalore, in JP Nagar. It's a big ashram. So from there, he used to uh, continue his mission. He spread his mission all over the country, India, Sri Lanka. Then he visited UK 5 times and the USA 4 times. And he conducted meditation programs both in the UK and in the USA. He also visited Italy. There also he conducted dhyan programs. Okay, so this is his history now. And being a yogi, he continues to be present with his devotees even now. After he left his physical body, he continues to be available in his astral form. Okay, he continues to give darshan to his devotees, and we still get the vibhuti blessed on his samadhis, and that vibhuti is very effective uh, in the same way as the vibhuti blessed by Swamiji while he was in his own physical body. Okay. So if any of you want the vibhuti, we can send the vibhuti. We don't charge for the vibhuti. There is no charge for any of the services that are offered in the name of Sri 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 Shivabalayogi Maharaj. Nothing. The meditation is free. All the services are free. You can participate in any of the functions at any of the ashrams of Swamiji, totally free of cost. The whole mission runs on donations given by devotees, voluntary donations. There is no fees for anything. Okay. So you are all free to join. You are all free. You are all welcome to take the benefit of Swamiji's blessings even now. Okay. You can visit any of his ashrams. There are websites available. There are WhatsApp groups. There are information sharings in different social media also, including Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, so you can participate in any of these and you can take the benefit. So please let us know in what specific way we can help you, okay, and how we can help you.
One follow-up question on that is, thanks
Please.
for the bio. What was the meditation he was doing for those 12 years, 49 to 61? What was exactly he was doing?
Okay. See, what happened was, as I told you, the moment he was touched by the Jangamadevara, again, the Jangamadevara was not actually a physical body. Okay, he was not a real man who came there. I say this because the other children who were there with Satyaraju, they could not see him. Only Satyaraju saw him. Okay, and when that Jangamadevara touched Satyaraju on his forehead, on the Bhrukuti, Satyaraju lost consciousness. And he attained a state called Samadhi. Do you understand Samadhi?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah. So he remained in Samadhi. Okay. And he did tapas in Samadhi. So that is meditation in Samadhi for at least 12 hours a day is defined as tapas. This is a definition by Swamiji himself. Okay. So he performed tapas for 12 years. That is how he attained Bhagavad Sakshatkara, which he told us is equivalent to Atma Sakshatkara, self-realization. Okay. Do you want any further details on that?
Yes, for us to practice what he did, I
Yeah.
was just wondering if there is a technique that
Yes.
he mentioned.
Yes, there is a technique, and that is the technique that he taught all of us. And there is a way we call it initiation into meditation. See, this is not initiation into tapas. This is only initiation into meditation. But to obtain the initiation, you will have to come to any one of the ashrams of Swamiji, or you can attend any of the programs that the devotees of Swamiji conduct now at various places. Okay. There are devotees of Swamiji who are trained in initiating others. Okay. So it is very simple. It's a silent way of meditation. Okay, we don't chant any mantras. We just remain seated with our eyes closed. And Swamiji advised us to do the meditation at least for 1 hour every day. Okay?
Okay. And finally, did you have any experience, anything that worth sharing with us kindly?
Yeah, sure. See, with me, my grandfather was a devotee of Swamiji. Okay, he became a devotee of Swamiji about 3 months after Swamiji was initiated into tapas. So that means in 1949 itself, my grandfather became a devotee of Swamiji. And after that, my mother, who was just a child of 9 years at that time when Swamiji was initiated into tapas, she became a devotee of Swamiji. Okay, then she was married and then I was born to her. And I am a devotee. I was born into a family of devotees and we used to worship him. We had photographs of Swamiji in our houses, both in my grandfather's house as well as in my father's house. Okay, right from my childhood, I was brought up as a devotee of Swamiji and as a disciple of Swamiji. Okay, so I have a number of experiences starting from my childhood. Okay. Now, so every time we used to fall sick, just like all children do, our mother used to apply the vibhuti on our forehead, vibhuti on our chest, vibhuti on our backs, and that's how we grew up. Okay. Each time we had an examination, the annual examination in school, we would write to Swamiji, Swamiji, I have my exams from so and so date to so and so date. We would write a letter to Swamiji and we would receive a reply from Swamiji saying blessings. Okay. So with Swamiji's blessings, I finished my education and I was very fortunate to get a job in Bangalore itself, where Swamiji used to live. Okay. So I got a job here. I came from Hyderabad to Bangalore and Swamiji was kind enough to permit me to stay in the ashram, to live in the ashram. So I lived at the ashram along with Swamiji for about 13 years. And I was also very fortunate to travel along with him as his interpreter because Swamiji did not speak English. He spoke a couple of Indian languages like uh, Telugu, which was his mother tongue, then Kannada, because he lived in Bangalore for a long time. He also learned Hindi, but he spoke very little English, just a few words here and there. Okay, so he needed somebody who could interpret for him between the devotees and him. So he took me along with him on two of the trips in the years 1990 and 1991. So that gave me an opportunity to listen to, the thousands of questions that devotees used to ask him, and I used to translate Swamiji's replies to them. Okay, interpret them live. Okay, uh, so it is. I mean, the knowledge that I am sharing now is all derived from those questions and answers. Okay, so I mean, experiences, there are plenty of them, any number of them. As I shared now, the first story that I shared is an experience. It's a teaching by him saying that ahankara is the same as ajnana. Okay, hope that satisfies you.
Yes, yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm good with my questions. Thank you.
May I know your name, please?
My name is Ram, and I live in US.
Okay, Ram. Thank you.
Hey, Jagdish,
Yeah,
this is Raj.
yeah, Raj.
Yeah, I'd appreciate if you could, in any one of your sessions,
Ha,
narrate to us again
ha.
the experiences that Swamiji and you had when you both were taken hostage along with other passengers in Kuwait in 1990, and
Okay, Raj.
hear a month-long audio
Yeah.
and how you escaped through Jordan.
Okay.
That I think would be
Raj.
wonderful for the crowd to hear, listen to.
Okay, Raj. Thanks for your suggestion. I'll try to do
Because
that.
that will take a whole episode.
Sorry?
That will be an episode by itself, I think.
Yeah, of course. I think I suspect it will be more than an episode. So let me try that.
Yes, I think you should let them know, because I don't think anybody is aware that Swamiji and you went through that.
Yeah, Raj.
Okay,
No, those
thank
who
you.
read who read the books will be aware, but not the others. Yeah. Thanks, Raj. Thanks for that.
One more thing. Those videos, are there on YouTube videos of those sessions where you were
Yes,
interpreting?
yes. Yes,
Okay.
Ram. All the
They,
all the all the videos of the satsangs, both in this series, which we started about 4 months ago. I'm not sure, probably 3 months ago. So all these are recorded and available. And also during the COVID time, because we could not go to the ashrams, we started Zoom meetings in those days also. So that series is also recorded and available, Ram. So we can give access to you, Ram, on that. So
that,
can you please share your WhatsApp number,
I,
Ram?
I did share it to the moderator.
Okay,
The
right.
other thing is, I
Ah,
was also interested in the times of 90s. If
ah.
when Swamiji was giving speeches, you were interpreting. Are there videos of those?
No, for your clarification, Swamiji never gave a speech, not even one speech.
The Q&A sessions, were they recorded?
Yes, all the Q&A sessions were recorded and they are published in the books now.
Okay.
The recordings are also available, but they are not circulated among devotees. So what Tom, I mean, his name actually is Thomas L. Palotas. He is from the US and he has compiled all the questions and answers. I mean, he had to do some sorting also, right, based on the subject and all that. And so these are all published in the books that Tom published, Ram. Okay, so those titles are also available. That they are available in the website. I think you have the website now, right? I shared it in the WhatsApp
I
chat.
did. I do. I do.
Okay. Okay, Ram.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Uncle, there are a few questions popping up on the Zoom chat.
Yeah,
So
please.
There is one question from Mark, sir. How can a devotee obtain a piece of vibhuti for healing or meditation?
Yeah, sure. Okay. He is on the WhatsApp, Amma? Is he on the WhatsApp chat or?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Then we can reply to him, right? See, if he wants blessed vibhuti for any purpose, he can write to us, Amma. He can send me a WhatsApp message and we will send him the vibhuti. Again, free of cost. We don't charge people for vibhuti. Okay. But if he wants, if he has already taken the initiation and if he just wants more vibhuti for the meditation, we can send him the vibhuti. But if he wants initiation, then that cannot be done no, but by just sending him the blessed vibhuti. He will have to visit one of Swamiji's ashrams or take the help of a devotee who can initiate him. Okay. Now we need to know where exactly he is located so we can check if there is anybody available nearby who can offer him the initiation. For your information, the initiation into Swamiji's meditation is through the touch. Initially, the first few people who were initiated by Swamiji, Swamiji used to touch them by himself on the Brikuti and initiate them into meditation. Okay, later on, what Swamiji used to do was he would use a devotee like me, there are plenty of them. There are a number of them who were all used by Swamiji to initiate others. So these devotees would be blessed by Swamiji to initiate others. And the devotees like me would go and touch the devotee who needs the initiation, the aspirant who needs the initiation. So it cannot be done online, it cannot be done by mail or by phone or anything like that. It has to be physically done by a physical touch by a devotee of Swamiji. So please let us know where you are located. We'll try to look for people, devotees of Swamiji, who know how to initiate and then they can initiate you. It's not a great skill or no, anything like that. Any devotee of Swamiji can initiate you, provided that devotee himself or herself has been initiated and practices the meditation. As simple as that. Okay. So please let us know your location and we'll try to help you with that. Thank you. Am I anything?
Is there a ashram in the US, sir?
There is no ashram, Ram. Is this Ram again?
Yes.
Okay. No, there is no ashram there, Ram, but there are several devotees. As I told you, Tom himself lives there. There are a few American devotees, okay, and there are few Indian devotees who have moved to USA, for their jobs or for their education, and then they are living there now. So you can get in touch with them, and they will add you to the WhatsApp group of Swamiji in the USA.
Oh.
Right? Okay. And I will share your number, and I myself can add you to the USA group. Okay.
I already shared with the moderator,
Yeah,
Nayata,
sure.
Navyata, and I'm good for now.
Okay, Ram. Thanks.
Uncle, there are a few questions even in the YouTube live chat also, Uncle. So
Okay, Amma.
would you like me to
Yeah, please.
read out all those things?
No, you read them out one by one,
Okay.
and then we will see whether to take them up right now or whether we can reply to them later on. See, I hope you are recording those questions also, right? Along with the live video.
Yes, Uncle.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they will be with us, right? So we can access them
Yeah.
anytime after the session. And then we'll try to reply to them, Amma. So please go ahead and read the first question. Then we can read one by one. Then we can decide whether to address them right now or whether to address them later on.
Okay, Uncle. This question is again from an anonymous user from
Yeah.
the YouTube.
Yeah.
So he's asking, he or she, Uncle, I remember reading Swamiji saying that Ravana did not misuse power and everyone started writing bad about him after he died. We have black and white view of characters who are good and bad, etc. Please let us know something which you know from Swamiji version of story. Wanted to know Swamiji's version.
Okay. Amma, there is a video which was shared today itself, I think on the Singapore group by Manjunath, which is Swamiji's video, I think in the UK, Come to My Home or something like that, title like that. Come to My Home, Swamiji, or something like that. So that has, I mean, in Swamiji's own voice, there is a sentence that is spoken by Swamiji about Ravana. So we can listen to that. I'll try to share that, Amma.
Sure, uncle.
I think it's available on the website, shivabalayogi.org. It's titled, Come to My Home, Swamiji, or something like that. Amma, just give me a minute. You can hide my screen and then I'll come back. Huh?
Sure, uncle.
Okay. I am back, Navya.
Okay, uncle. I see Mark Homan sir is raising his hand. So, sir, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Hello, namaste.
Namaste.
Jagadish uncle, I am just asking, I am the person, Mark, who was asking about how do I get some blessed vibhuti.
Yeah.
And also, since I am in the US, in Seattle, I've been initiated as a devotee of Swamiji 20 years ago by Natasha. She was my neighbor across the street. Also, I attended a group meditation with Shiva and his wife. They came. So if somebody was to come to me or needs to be initiated in the US, am I able to do that for them with my thumb, with some vibhuti?
Yeah, Mark, you should be able to do that. See, what I have done is I have prepared. See, there is no doubt about that. No, don't doubt whether you can do it or not. Okay. Once you start doing it, you will yourself see how effective it is, because it is Swamiji who initiates the aspirants. We are just, for namesake. That's all. No, some physical body should be there. So Swamiji uses our physical body, but otherwise it is Swamiji who is initiating them. It is Swamiji who will guide them with their sadhana and their meditation also. Okay. So don't entertain any doubts about that. But to help you with that, I have prepared a sort of a guide, uh, guidelines for initiators. Okay, so I'll share that document with you, and you can read that, and then it explains how exactly initiation should be done. Okay, some do's and don'ts and all that. So you can read that, and if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll clarify those, and you can also start initiating people in US. Actually, there are people in US who are asking for initiation, and we were looking for somebody who can initiate people, and we couldn't find anybody. For example, there is a devotee in Irvine. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Irvine or Irvine. I don't know how you say it, in the state of California. He had been asking us for initiation, for help with initiation. So he wants somebody to initiate him, but we couldn't find anybody in California. Okay, and well, he'll have to travel a long distance to North Carolina or to Atlanta. So we are still waiting. Now, if you can help with the people in your area, that will be really good, Mark, and I'll help you with that, whatever help you require. Okay. I am ready to
Yeah.
help you with that. Yeah.
Okay. I have recently, with blessed Vibhuti, went to Michigan to see my mother,
Okay.
and I initiated my sister into meditation,
Mm.
and so now I can travel because I had to get an enhanced ID in order to board a plane. I can
Okay.
only fly to states in the United States. So
Okay.
if he has a place, I can fly to his place and initiate him.
Okay, Mark.
But I would need the information, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
I would also need to get some extra vibhuti
Sure.
to give him when I
Yeah.
initiate. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. Sure, Mark. I'll help you with all of that.
Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle, there is one more question in the YouTube live chat, Uncle.
Yeah, Ma, go ahead.
It is related to Vibhuti only.
Okay.
The question is, I hear the Vibhuti given by Shivabalayogi is different compared to the general Vibhuti we get in temples. If
Yeah.
that's true. And what's the difference?
Yeah.
Can you
I'll-
share? It was asked by Sarva Yogatmika.
Okay, Amma. Uh, so whoever is that Sarva Yogatmika, I mean, please let us know how we can get in touch with you so that we can help you. Now, I mean, only if you don't mind, okay? Now, to answer your question, see, the vibhuti that is available in the market in India, and I think even elsewhere, is not meant to be eaten. Okay, you are only supposed to apply it on your forehead. You can apply it on your body, but you should not be eating it. It is not made for that. Okay. Whereas the vibhuti that is given at Swamiji's ashrams is specially made for Swamiji. Even now, okay, right from the beginning, it was made specially for Swamiji. And even now, it is made by the same family. It is now his son who is making it. Okay, and he makes it in such a way that it is edible. Okay, a number of us, Swamiji's devotees, we have been eating this vibhuti, I mean, little quantities, a pinch at a day or something like that. But we have been eating it for decades now, several decades now. Like I have been eating it for 65 years now, and it has not harmed us in any way. Okay, it will only help us. So that is the difference between the vibhuti that is available in the market, available in other temples, which is not edible. You are not supposed to eat that. And Swamiji's vibhuti, which is made to be eaten also. We can eat this vibhuti, we can mix this vibhuti in our food, we can mix it with water, juice, tea, coffee, whatever you drink. And it can be mixed with that, and then you can drink the vibhuti along with tea, coffee, or juice. Okay. So this is the difference between the vibhuti that is available in the market, available in other temples, and the vibhuti that is available with Swamiji's devotees. Okay. Hope that is clear. Amma, the next question.
The next question is also from the same person, Uncle.
Okay.
Sarvayogatmika ji.
Ah.
So, can you share childhood experiences? Anything specific with healing?
Sure. See, there are already a lot of experiences that are published in the books, including those of little children. Okay. So if you have the book accessible, then you can read and check. You can read the experiences by yourself. And I'll also try to share some of my experiences in the subsequent sessions. Okay. Yeah.
Um, uh, that's all I can see from the YouTube side of it, Uncle.
Okay.
And there are some comments from Facebook. It's not like a question. There are just kind of comments.
Okay. No, we don't need to go through the comments now. Because it is Facebook, we can always go back and see them, right? But we'll see
Yes.
them, I think, only in the live sessions, right? Meaning the recorded live session, that's all. We will not be able to see it in the regular Facebook. Balu, is that correct?
ಅಂಕಲ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು
ಹೌದು
ಅಂಕಲ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಬಾಲು, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಈಗ ನಿನ್ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ
ಅಂಕಲ್,
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಅದು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಲೈವ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂಕಲ್, ಅದ್ರ ಲೈವ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾವ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್?
ಬರ್ತವೆ ಅಂಕಲ್.
ಓಕೆ ಬಾಲು, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಹೌದು ಅಂಕಲ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣವಾ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ 9 o'clock ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
Yeah, so Ramji and Dharmishta ma'am has shared their numbers, so I'll share it with you, Uncle.
Okay, Amma. Right. Okay, so Jai Shri 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 Shivabalayogi Maharaj ki Jai.
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 Jai, Jai.
You're very patient, Jagadish. That's much I can tell you, that you are so patient in answering all the questions.
Well, it's my duty, Chandra.